Marc Berman for NJ.com. I have the rare opportunity to talk to Cher, Bette Midler, Barbara Streisand, Sonny, well, actually over 150 people. And check this out, Anthony and Eddie Edwards here at Resorts in the Superstar Theater, Atlantic City, for an extraordinary show. You guys are absolutely off the charts. Fantastic.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so very, very much.
We're so excited to be here in Atlantic City. I don't know of a show in town where you can see Elton John, Billy Joel, Andrea Bocelli, Barbara.
Wait a minute. You do Bocelli?
Absolutely, yes. The thing is we try to make our show a little bit of everything, a little bit of pop, a little bit of opera, a little bit of whatever. And the thing is it just gives a chance for people to experience a little bit of everything, especially in this day and age. And all of the vocals are live. Nothing is lip syncing to the original stars or anything like that. We do over 150 characters, and it's a show that most people have said that this is the only show in their lifetime that it has the uniqueness because it's two identical twins looking like and sounding like all these different people.
The Edwards Twins show is an audio visual spectacle, and I have to ask you, you channel all these artists to perfection, I have to say.
Thank you.
When did you realize that you could do that?
We actually started doing this when we were 6 years old. Our mother would put us in front of the TV set, and we would watch Sonny and Cher. We would watch, Laugh-In. We would watch all of and we had this uncanny ability to pick up voices and to be like human tape recorders. And so that's kind of how it got started. And then as time went on, we started to play with makeup and plastic stuff on our face and wigs and costumes and all that stuff. And then we just kind of put an act together, and we've been touring around the world with this show for over 20 years.
But I understand you weren't always together as an act, and I think Carol Burnett had something to do with this. Tell us a little bit about that.
Carol saw me when I was in Toronto doing a show. I also impersonated her as well. And then when she went back to the U.S., she did her comeback series, Carol and Company, and asked Eddie to be on it, and finally convinced Eddie to join forces with me to be able to create this act. And the rest is history. And if it wasn't for Carol, he would have never done it because he was very anti twin act. He wanted to pretty much make it on his own.
Now, of the 150 or so people, who are your favorites to channel?
I think Barbara Streisand is probably my favorite. It's the most difficult for me. She has seen video and photos of me, and she says that there isn't anyone on earth that looks or sounds more like her than I do. So to me, I think that's, an honor.
I just have to say this, and this is not in a bad way. It's scary. I don't know any other word to say, but when you come out, you look like Barbara. But then when you sound like her, there's something that just goes through your body that says, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. And that's kind of the way that the effect that it was, with her. I mean, she was like, I just cannot believe that it's like so scary how much you look and sound so much like us. And that's the thing that we do with all of our characters. I mean, you will actually believe that you are actually seeing and hearing the celebrity right in front of your eyes.
Now, you also do Cher. Now, Cher has gone through many different Chers. There was the Sonny and Cher.
Yep. And we do that.
Yeah, but then there was the Cher on the ship.
Oh, yeah.
And you do the Cher on the ship.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Explain. Is there a little nip and tuck that's going on here? Or
there's a lot of nip. There's a lot of nip and a whole lot of tuck. Believe me, and I definitely put a capital T on the word tuck.
Look, they're here at Resorts September 1st and 2nd in the legendary Superstar Theater. You're going to want to see them again. And we have to congratulate the Edwards twins because right after they leave, here, Atlantic City, we know we get a lot of people from New York and North Jersey. They'll be able to see you again.
Yes, we just signed a very lengthy contract in Times Square. We just got our own theater there. It's at the Roy Ayers Theater, and we're going to be becoming permanent residents in New York. So it's going to be good. Now, we've never lived in New York, so we're going to start paying high rent and and all that good stuff. But of course, it's every actor's dream to be in Times Square, not just for 3 months, but for 3 years. So it's going to be a long stint there, and we're really looking forward to doing this show, because it's going to literally be a show that no one has ever seen in the history of New York, and that's what we're very excited about.
Are your costumes brought in a semi?
2 semis, and that's just for the Cher outfit.
I'm telling you, the Edwards twins are totally off the charts. You have to come out and see them here at Resorts. The 1st and the 2nd, it's Labor Day weekend. Come on down, check them out, and then when you want to see them again, New York, Times Square. Guys, this was awesome. You're the best.
Thank you, Mark. Thank
So
you
much.
very, very much.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Marc Berman for NJ.com.